Says we're still offline. Except, oh. Nope, am I there? Looks like I'm there. Hey, can everybody hear me okay? I suspect that at some point, very soon, Brant's going to come in here at the very least. And I sent an open invitation to everybody else from Undead Labs to come in here and join us too. I don't know how many of them will actually take me up on the invitation. You know, not everybody loves to be on camera as much as, you know, some of us. But, yeah, okay, cool. So Chronatosis says they can hear me. And Harvey says we're live. So, yeah, everybody agrees. We are. Taylor says we're online. And Undead Sonya says, hugs all around. Well, let me get my own dashboard off this crap right here. Now it works. Hey! Somebody just showed up.
Just in time.
Brant Fitzgerald has just showed up. And I sent this, like, big invite to everybody over the Lab General Slack channel. So I'm hoping that people just start randomly showing up.
We can all just show up.
Yep. So... I think that, oh yeah, so it is actually 1 o'clock.
Comfy.
It's 1 o'clock. Let's switch over to regular mode. So, hi everybody. It's been an interesting couple of days for us so far. How's it been for you guys? Let's see here. So Zonatheme says SOD2 E3 footage was noms. Noms, that's good, right? Is noms
I hope
good?
so.
Yeah. Let me point. No, I'm just gonna
guys,
point that a little more at you. No, that's fine. There he goes. I'll keep messing with the cameras, and more people come in here. Hopefully.
Sorry, I'm late. I had to get my nails done.
You were not late, actually. I was just extremely early because I was terrified we're gonna have horrible technical difficulties, so I came in here and started streaming like 20 minutes early. For once we didn't. Yeah, I know it's kind of crazy.
All right, hand me the controller, buddy.
You want to just control the trailer? Because that's what I was gonna show.
Oh, is that what we're gonna? Yes, I will guide you guys with the controller through the trailer because it's totally okay. Here I go. I'm driving. Slam. Okay.
So for anyone who hasn't seen the trailer yet, which, probably isn't you if you are here, but whatever. Here it is. And I want my YouTube crap to get off the screen. There it goes. So
who do we got? We got all sorts of people. I'm not going to name you off because I can't actually read that far.
Yeah, it's like both of us. Unfortunately, we have to put the chat up on this screen up here, and it's hard to see.
We'll just say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for coming by today.
Yeah, I know. Cons Taylor Star is here. Chronatosis is here. Dan31. Yeah.
Dark Flame. Hi.
Del 44. Dark Flame. Dark Flame's back. Holy
I know.
Crap.
Hello.
Peddler's here.
What? Ban.
Zarnathian.
Banhammer. Kidding. Love you, Peddler. Snowy Death Penguin, hi. Cot Jockey, of course. And we've got Monkey. Okay.
Dean Log.
Monkey D.
Harvey Dentures.
Kuwabara.
Oh, Harvey Dentures says, I keep throwing money at my screen, but I still can't play State of Decay 2. I'm sorry, we're not published by Devolver, and so that technology does not work.
You can throw money at me if you ever see me on the street.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. I'm actually allergic to money, so you have to very carefully put it into my pocket. I'm sorry, that got really strange.
Okay, awkward sign-off.
I didn't know where I was going when that sentence began, and it went somewhere weird.
Are you publishing under your stripper name, Jeffrey? That's the question.
Yeah, Undead Sonya says, yeah, see, I was about to make a joke about how money has to go through a publisher first. By the way, how are our voices over the narration? I tried to get the sound level so that you could hear us no matter what, but when I'm talking at the same time as the narrator, are you guys having trouble? Because I can turn down the volume on this.
How will you build it?
Oh, Dark Flame, you keep bringing up the tattoo. Hey, with the current state of Brant's finances, we may have to do a GoFundMe.
By the way, I love that some folks, when we were watching this on Discord, a bunch of us were on Discord watching the trailer when it came out for the first time, a bunch of people recognized Mike Estes.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's so awesome that Mike is
like the star of
front and center.
Yeah, the star of the trailer.
What risks will you take? What mistakes?
The woman that gal right there is one of my former roommates.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wondered if she was somebody that one of us knew well, or if yeah, because all these faces belong to real people.
There's Mike.
My guess is always going to save her life.
Mike was our original OG tester. And he's still very much part of the lab. Ouch.
So, yeah. I love that we just have to have... It's not State of Decay unless you have a montage of just, like, cars and zombies.
So I think that last shot with the car going through the fence is very important.
Yes, exactly. I hope that the people who know the original State of Decay notice that detail.
Yes.
That we very deliberately put that in the trailer.
That's a big step forward for us.
We have fence technology.
That's right.
Get in too deep.
Hey, Garlic Burp, Del 44 Slayers, Zar Nate. Okay, forget it. I can't read it. Takuro.
Oh, Cut Jockey says, I noticed Wayne GSG already spotted the GSGW in the trailer, Brant.
To carry on.
I can't say anything except Wayne's been such an incredible. I mean, he probably has more videos about State of Decay over the years than anyone. Don't fact check me on that, but he still streams like twice a week. Yeah, Wayne sent me a couple screenshots from the
Oh, yeah.
like the day of. He's like, hi. I'm like, yes, thank you, Wayne.
How you survive.
There's lots of little things like that in the game again. Just thanking people for the years of support.
Yeah. And of course, not all can make it into the trailer, but you're pretty diligent about,
And keep trying.
getting this stuff in there.
Play it on Xbox One.
Play it on Xbox One! And also on other things. Oh, let's go. Let's back up. Back it up.
Yeah, don't show any other trailers.
No way. All right. So I think I'm probably just going to play this on loop the entire time we're here because I just love looking at it. Don't necessarily have to keep my headphones on, so it's distracting. The audio is distracting me. So do you guys have any questions for us to not answer? Because we are not answering, aside from just things that Jeff has already said in interviews and stuff, which is very little, there's not a whole lot that we can actually say. I mean, you see things in the trailer, most of it we can nod it and say, you notice that? Is about as much as we can do.
Yeah, we're still leashed by our masters as far as
Can't even
what we can say because the message must be controlled.
Dean Log says, so you can ride fat zombies. Cool feature. You could, apparently, you can definitely get up on the back of the Juggernaut. That's a thing that's in the game.
It is true. We didn't, that we're
not showing cutscenes here.
Yeah.
Like there's no cutscenes in this footage. Some of it, somebody put a camera in a place that isn't usually there to sort of depict things more cinematically, but everything in here was captured from gameplay.
Yeah, I think there's very few explicit animations that were only for this, like the closing of the gate where he turns and looks. That was canned, but it was all game assets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're happy to show you what you can expect to see.
Garlic Burp asks, can we race Juggernauts around the base? Not confirmed.
You can certainly try.
How will you decide?
That would be something to stream for sure.
Dark Flame asks if we're going to PAX Prime, and it says Undead Sanya says that PAX Prime is not yet locked down, so we haven't figured out exactly what we're doing relative to PAX Prime yet.
Yeah, we don't know.
We'd love to see y'all. I mean, I'm certainly planning on. I bought tickets. I'm going with my kids. It's just the question of whether we're there in an official capacity.
Did you buy
I don't
3-day
know.
or 4-day?
All I was able to get was Monday. So
It's crazy town trying to get tickets to that.
So if we end up with official work passes, then my daughter might get to bring one of her best friends, because then I'll have tickets for because I got my third daughter is now old enough to go to PAX by the arbitrary rules that I've made, and so now I'm gonna have 3 children that I'm dragging around PAX. It's gonna be crazy.
Fun.
So Undead Sanya asks, can we talk a little bit about flares, or at least repeat what Jeff said? Basically, so Jeff, he's been asked a lot about, multiplayer. Like, how does multiplayer work in this game? And there's basically kind of 2 models to it. First off, there's co-op, where you get together with some friends. One of you starts up a game, and the other, up to 3 more can come in and sort of join that game, and everybody brings in characters from their own save. So everybody's got skin in the game. You're all playing with survivors that you care about, and that's one way you can go. But the other thing you can do is the flare system. So you basically, your character shoots a flare up in the air, and what that says is, I want to matchmake in somebody from the wider world of people playing State of Decay 2. And on the other end, people can volunteer to be basically pulled in by flares. And so, depending on which side of that you're on, basically you can volunteer to be a yeah, that's pretty nasty. Ugh. You can volunteer to be a hero to come in and save other people who just don't have enough friends and want somebody to play with, or you can be the summoner. But either way, you pop a flare up. People can come join you. So you can either, arrange to play with friends, or you can actually just matchmake anybody into your game. And that's how that works. We try to sort of, all of this stuff, we're trying to make it feel like it belongs in the game, it belongs in the world. Like, you're not just sort of like, somebody just poof, somebody appears out of nowhere. Like, we're trying to create the sense that people exist in the same world together, and, people are visiting from other communities and stuff like that, because we want you to feel like you're all in a real world.
Caught Jockey, to answer your question, I like how you can drive through a fence instead of bump it and stand your vehicle on its end. To make sure that still happens, we'll add special, code to randomly throw your vehicle through the air. I'm kidding. Don't quote me on that. Yes, you can drive through fences. Most of them.
Oh, wow, let's not watch. I mean, I gotta say, that Wolfenstein trailer is really cool, but that's not what we're here to promote. So, actually, that Wolfenstein 2 trailer was one of my favorite things from E3. So
the Trike of Gibraltar, I love it.
The Trike of Gibraltar, yeah.
Yes, Nicole.
We actually do right now in one of our maps have a dead body that accidentally has collision on it right in front of like one of the early bases that you can grab. And so I'm just always driving up to the base, and I'll just like boom, bam, right into this corpse that is apparently made out of diamond and rooted like 2 miles into the ground. But that's a bug, and it's been logged as a bug, and you should never see it. So, yeah. So let's see here. Unfortunately, we're doing the thing where my face is on the camera, and so therefore I can't read the chat. I become illiterate whenever I'm on camera.
Garlic burp. So can we invite strangers into mass hordes and watch them die?
Yeah.
I mean, according to what our CEO has said, yes.
Yeah, there's nothing, I mean, basically, you can also invite your friends into mass hordes and watch them die. You can invite yourself into anything you do in State of Decay 2 could eventually end up in a mass horde where people die. Like, that just totally could happen anywhere. So, sure. I mean, the game is explicitly co-op. You can't, you are not getting into fights with other human beings. You're not, inviting someone to your game and then shooting them in the head, because you just can't. Because we wanted this game to be much more, there's lots of games that do that, and we love a lot of those games. But this game is going to be something different. It's much more about hope and collaboration and us against the zombies.
So I need to cut in here. About 15 people have said if you right-click on the mouse, you can make it loop instead of having to hit.
Oh, really? Sweet.
So let's try this.
Loop.
Dang!
Whoa!
Technologies!
Thanks. Man, if I wasn't illiterate, I probably would have picked up on that earlier. So now, actually, that's great, because now I can like put the stuff on loop for like my baby and not have to constantly select new videos for him. That's really great. I call him my baby. He's like 2.5 now, and really should be acting like less of a baby.
No, come on.
Ah, I'm done.
You're done.
Grow up, kid.
Nice.
Cuteness only lasts you so long.
Right. We're at the F is for family stage.
Yeah, so, Dean Log asks, will there be dogs? Those are the kinds of questions we just can't even address right now. So, sorry, if it's out of the purview of what you can see in the trailer or what Jeff Strain has actually said in interviews, there's just nothing we can say.
Yeah.
What mistakes?
But, Wagon Peddler says, backpacks with weapons shown, looks good. So, I think there was somebody who asked that question explicitly of us at one point.
Yeah.
Who were like, I would love to see weapons actually, on the body and attached and stuff like that. And so yeah.
There they are.
There they are, right there. That's legit. Those are the weapons that woman has equipped on her backpack. And it's,
I think we can.
It's a subtle touch.
I
but,
think
you know.
we can say that it's. I mean, if you have more weapons, they're not going to show up like as a porcupine. Right?
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm trying to remember what the name of the game was. It was like Iron Storm or something.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
right, where they put every weapon.
You can carry like it's like a late '90s game, so you
Right.
can carry like a late '90s arsenal of like 8 weapons,
But
except
they-
every single one is depicted on your
Yeah.
body, and it's like a giant bazooka and everything. It's amazing. Dean asks, how will it play on PC? It depends on your PC, I imagine. I think if I was trying to play it on my crappy laptop, it wouldn't do that well. But you know, we're basically we're a Play Anywhere title, and so the whole point is for it to be, you know, it's equally on Xbox and PC. It's not meant to be like, oh, it's on one of them and then it's a port. Like, we're focusing on both platforms, so you should expect it to get the same kind of love that any PC game would get. So, you know, I mean, I definitely can't make any promises about performance or specs or anything like that, because that's just way too far in the future. But you know, we're treating it. I mean, PC is one of our primary platforms. So
To have those graphics, do we need Xbox X? No.
nope. Everything you're seeing here is I think this stuff was actually captured on PC.
Yeah, this is all PC right now, but this is supposed to be as close as we can get for Xbox One as well.
Xbox One.
Yeah, but yeah, we're not explicitly showing like, you know, Xbox One X footage or anything like that. This is you know, so, but yeah, it's going to, you know, obviously be able to play it at a higher resolution and you know, with better performance on an Xbox One X. But the exact difference, you know, it'll take us some time to get to the point where we actually
Right.
know that for sure. My Pixelated Life, I think we're still not even answering that question yet, but stay tuned, because we will be able to answer it eventually. The question about whether we're going to be on Steam.
Did we censor out the bloater flabby butt?
I think I think it does have like underpants on or something now. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
he might have some tidy.
Like,
they're not white
at least
anymore.
At least a jock strap or something. I don't know what he's got going on, but
Yeah.
let's look at him really closely when he comes up. On
We
the
didn't
screen
want to
later.
get banned in Australia again because of the flabby butt.
I think it was what we were injecting into the flabby butt that got us banned in Australia.
Let's see. Cross-platform play?
Oh yeah, Undead Nicole just confirmed that. Yeah, that
Okay.
because we're a Play Anywhere title, basically Xbox Live works across all Play Anywhere titles on whether you're on PC or Xbox. So yeah, so you can basically play with all of anyone who's playing the game in that environment can play with each other. Let's see here. Garlic Burp says the bloater has yoga pants on in my version. Is that, you mean like if you modded the game to put pants on the bloater? Harvey Denture, we cannot talk about characters, whether any particular characters are coming back. So that's still a lot of the story stuff is still a giant mystery.
I can't read these.
I'm reading this as Neonex, maybe.
Neonex. Well,
Neo Onyx?
yeah, 4-person co-op.
Yeah, 4-person co-op. So, you know, when you're playing solo, you can have a community of up to X number of characters. You know, you're playing one of them at a time, and you've got a bunch of non-player characters, and sometimes they'll go with you on missions and that kind of thing. But then on top of that, you can invite up to 3 friends into your game and play with them. Yeah, so you know, so either way, you always have backup against the zombies, one way or another. But it's just whether you brought in humans or you know, dealing with what you got with the NPCs.
Together to defend it.
I believe that to make the trailer, I mean, you know, to make the trailer, I believe that they actually were playing in multiplayer to get some of these scenes exactly right. You know, like, so, but
Yeah, I'd have to confirm that because we had a separate crew in here for several months doing that, and we were so busy I never really got to see their process for making that. But
yeah, but I got the impression that basically you're seeing some machinima with some digital actors, except no, not in some cases. I mean, certain things like this, like that's what it looks like when you help an NPC. So, yeah, I don't know. There's I think each of these shots is probably done a little bit of a different way. So, it's just it's whatever got the shot, right? This is all definite real in-game footage, but they did whatever they could to. Oh yeah, look, he's got pants on.
He's got, as someone said, tidy brownies on.
Tiny brownies. That's great.
Peddler, the new armor on the truck. All I can say is you ain't seen nothing yet, buddy. You ain't seen nothing yet, pal.
Yeah, no, man, I love the ability to cheat whatever vehicle I want into the game right now, and I will miss it when I'm playing it as a real player.
Yo, Jimbo, we did talk about the flares already, but it's basically if I'm playing the game and I get in trouble, I can shoot up a flare, and anybody who's available, who's volunteered to say, yeah, I'm available to help, can pop in and help you out.
Yeah,
and
spawn someplace near you, and they can come join in with whatever you're doing.
That's right. As some of the other players pointed out, you could bring in people and watch them die horribly, depending on how you set that up.
But they volunteered.
That's
They
right.
decided to play hero.
That's
What
true.
can you do, right?
Prophecy 187. Gurubani is another one of those characters that we just can't talk about. Our I don't want to call it a gag order, but it's a gag order.
Yeah,
right?
no, there's limits, and also, I mean, yeah, like this game, we're planning on even supporting this game post launch, and so even things that that whatever we would announce about the current game, could still even change over time. I mean, this whole thing, it's always very in flux. But yeah, so somebody asked a
Monkey
question.
D, how big is the map compared to the first game? Jeff talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
And currently we have 3 maps.
3 separate maps. Yeah.
And all are roughly the size of the original game.
Yeah. So I guess 3 times, about 3 times the size.
Yeah.
So Jacob Decay, I don't know if we're going into a lot of detail about exactly how you use 3 different maps during the game, but suffice it to say that, I mean, you can definitely, through just one playthrough of the game, you could experience all 3 maps if you wanted to. It definitely should feel like you're playing part of this, larger expansive world.
And the protectors can't even save themselves.
Will we have some mode like Breakdown from the start, or will we need to get it from DLC? I don't know how we answer that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because, like, without going into any detail, our experience with Breakdown and watching you guys play Breakdown was very influential over the decisions we made about the sequel. And so like, whether or not there's a Breakdown mode, the Breakdown experience has been influential on us. Seeing how well that worked and how that's the version of the game that people are still playing today, years after the game came out. We've kept that in mind, and so you will definitely see the footprints of Breakdown everywhere. And we'll see how much further we can get for that.
Yeah, I mean, Breakdown is what people play still, right?
Yeah,
And
so we take that very seriously.
It was something that we weren't blind to, and we'll get more into that when we can. There was another question. Any guesses as to how long it will take Mom Prince to break the geometry? Hopefully forever.
It's a new engine, so he's dealing with an entirely different set of exploits.
Right.
So we'll see how he does.
Mom Prince is a good friend of our game, of our studio, and he's made quite a name for himself, showing off shortcomings in our physics system. That's great because we embraced sort of the jank, as we called it. But we also, are trying to make the world a little bit more based in real physics. So our hope is that doesn't happen. But, it's a game. People find ways. So it'll be interesting to see.
Cold. What risks will you take? What mistakes?
So Monkey de Kurabara says, cool. As my last question, are there going to be randomly generated characters, or are they already set, per se? So it's the exact process we'll use is complicated. We'll probably go into more detail about that sometime later. But basically, there are going to be a lot of random aspects to your characters. Yeah, like the characters that you get in the game, by and large, are. Oh, hey, Andy's coming in here.
Hey, Andy.
By and large, are generated by an algorithm. Kind of a complicated one, actually. The programmers involved here have have given us a lot of tools to try to take the raw material of a character and to make a bunch of raw material and then a bunch of rules for turning that raw material into a character. Jeff already said in an interview that while the original game had, hey, Jeff Sult and Susan Olenek, good, we got.
I'll give up my spot. You
Yeah, and I'll probably give up mine too. Let me just finish answering this question. I'll get out of everybody's face. But basically, we're going from having just like a couple hundred traits in the game. Right now, we've got over 1,000, and I'm still kind of hoping we can get a few hundred more in the game before we ship. And so what that means is each character there's kind of a all the numbers that like Borderlands team would throw out about the number of guns in the game. It's basically like that with the number of characters in our game. Just the combinatorics turn this whole thing into just a gigantic smorgasbord of possible characters. There's not enough room for all you people. Let me move to the side here.
Oh, we're doing good. We got it.
You sure?
You
sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just let it cross our laps, Jeffrey.
So
All right, here we go.
there are a lot of questions that I think you guys all know by now that we can't answer. So if we don't get to one of your questions, we've already looked at it. Like, I can't tell you how many guns are in the game. There's a lot of questions that we simply can't answer. You guys know us, though. We love you. We want to talk about our game. So as soon as they let us, we will. That's, we'll answer what we can.
So for those of you who don't know these people, by the way, on the left here is Andy Collins. He is our lead writer. Coordinated just the massive writing effort that's gone into making this game work with so many diverse characters, getting into so many, procedurally generated situations. It takes not just a lot of writing, but also just a different kind of writing than you normally have to do. And Andy's job has been figuring out how the crap to make that work. And so he's got a phenomenal task on him. So a lot of respect to him.
There are definitely going to be some interesting dev articles that I want to write in the not too distant future about this process, because as Jeffrey said, it's a very, very strange kind of writing, but it's been a fun challenge.
Jeff Solt is one of our more recent programmers that we've brought on board. We're not yet really talking about a lot of the systems that he's worked on yet.
Hey, the Molotov was in the trailer.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so yeah,
One thing
Jeff
that
is our
I've done.
explosives
Yes.
programmer, among other things. So you got to see that.
I was excited. Finally, I have at least 1 second of professional gameplay footage out there.
Yay! And then Susan Olenek is our UX designer, and you guys, she's all three of these people have been on here before. You guys, some of the most positive feedback that we ever got for one of our streams was the one where Susan was the guest. So
Whoa, Red Monkey shows up.
what? Red Monkey's here?
Wow, hi. Great to see you.
Yeah, so Susan, unfortunately, because this is such a cinematically presented trailer, you're seeing none of Susan's work.
Yeah, thanks, Nicole said trombone. Yeah.
But we're gonna have lots of opportunities in the future to show off what she's doing. Okay, now I'm giving my seat up, Krista.
What?
So and then yes, Krista's joining us. She is another person whose work you are not seeing on the screen right now.
Oh,
because she is a
I'm
UI
front and
artist.
center and stuff. Oh goodness. Hi. Hi
Yeah,
everyone.
you got your own little channel here. I'll get on there too if you don't want to be.
Oh yeah. Here.
I'm in the spotlight.
Center stage, not so much. I'm behind the scenes all the way.
So we've already told there's very limited things that we can actually answer about the game. We're encouraging people to ask questions so that we can evade them. But otherwise, we're just happy to see you folks and happy that that we're finally getting to show a little bit more of the game.
Can you fly with helicopter?
I don't think we can answer that question.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I think we can.
I think say don't. How about we just say don't get your hopes up?
Yeah.
It's in an open world game, being able to put some constraints on you is actually pretty important. So that's one that might be a little bit too far. Oh, people are saying how. Nicole said hi to Krista.
Yeah. Hi Nicole.
And everyone's saying welcome to the live stream.
Aw.
So the woman getting the shot right now is the face scan of my old roommates, or one of my old roommates.
Yeah. All of these people, like I don't think anyone at the studio knows all of the people whose faces are here, but somebody knows each of them. Like these are all people that we've met, and in some cases
We have some super
Some
fans
cases
that
it's
showed
us.
up.
yeah.
It is a little
And shaved. and shave.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right. Yes.
That's right.
That's quite a sacrifice.
That's one reason my face isn't in the game, because I was never going to shave. So.
High Cadet. High Cadet had the most glorious beard.
And he just...
And he'd had it for
Holding on.
like 8 years or something. Chopped it off.
It was crazy. It was awesome, though.
It is a little trippy to see familiar faces in the game, particularly your own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You find the strength
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, isn't that?
carry on.
Yeah, it is.
yeah. And you just want to, like, impute some of that person's personality onto the character, right?
A little bit, yeah. And then, like, hearing them speak with someone else's voice, especially if you know the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be disconcerting.
I actually have the reverse problem because I know what all the voice actors look like. So hearing their voices come out of these characters really freaks me out.
Teal Vortex asked one question: can you bring the song from the trailer in the game? Now that is a question for the lawyers, right? Because I mean, they write. You know, the contracts are crazy and very specific. And what was it? There was a game that came out just recently that they gave away because their license on the soundtrack was going away. It was in the news recently.
Yeah. I forgot what...
Play it on Xbox
I forgot
One.
what game
Yeah,
it was.
but I mean, it's
Alan Wake.
Yes, it's pretty insane. I mean, you have to think, you don't think about these things, and then all of a sudden, some lawyer shows up and says, "Oh, by the way, your rights to that music are going away in 8 minutes." Right? So
it's nice, though, because they got a nice little... I mean... I'm sure very few people at this point were still buying Alan Wake, but I think they had this rush
Yeah, they had a sales
to
bump,
quickly
yeah.
buy it
Yeah,
before
yeah.
they couldn't anymore. It's probably good. I don't mind more money to go into Remedy. Those guys are awesome.
What would you do?
At least I assume the money went to Remedy. Maybe not. I don't know.
Hopefully.
You knew.
Oh, wait, are we actually conflicting with another stream?
Oh, what?
Oh, no.
What other stream are we talking about?
Apparently Foggy and Jeff are currently streaming on Mixer, and we're
What?
stuck
Oh,
going.
holy crap!
you guys should all go over to
get outta
Mixer.
here.
I had no idea that was even going on. What? Sonia and Nicole, if you know anything about this, please post a link to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because seriously, they'll be able to say much more. They get to decide on the spot what they're going to tell you.
That's
and
right.
We don't. They tell us what to say.
They're not gonna get fired for saying it.
Yeah.
We will. Right?
I never even got that list, so I'm just like, very studiously staying very silent. I
Yeah.
don't want to accidentally.
I will say this game is made of donuts and cookies.
Yeah.
That much is true.
Confirmed.
Yeah, that's
Powered,
true.
team powered by cookies. Yeah.
I'm gonna find out if we should.
Yeah,
Oh,
we should.
stop.
I think
Stop. I mean, too
Yeah,
big of a
so-
party here.
Sonia said she had no idea. So, hey, Sonia, if you want to make a call on this and cut it, and we cut it out so that people can go over to Mixer, feel absolutely free to make the call, and we'll jump. But the thing is, we have so few answers to questions anyway. It's not like we're here to inform you guys. We're just here to celebrate with you guys.
Yeah.
And so that can be done in half an hour. Maybe that doesn't need to be a full hour.
I just tried to type Sonia's name in to text her, and
Yeah.
I typed in Snata instead, and that's her new name.
I'm sure she appreciates that.
I've called her worse.
Oh.
Oh, and she's put me to shame. Don't worry. I can't match that
Man,
woman.
what are the chances that the
So what is a thing that we can talk about? We've got an open
Yeah.
question here.
Okay, so there are a few things that Jeff has talked about in interviews. He talked about the matchmaking flare system, which we've brought up a couple of times in here. He talked about the sheer number of traits in the game and the variety of characters in the game, which is my favorite thing to talk about because that's like my little corner of the game right there. And there was one other thing I had in my head that
You get hungry.
just the way co-op works. I feel like there was a
risks will you
Sonya. What was the third thing?
What
I don't know.
will you make?
There's another thing I was going to say, but there's not a whole lot.
The only family
I mean, we've already revealed that there's 3 maps, and so we've talked a little bit about
end
that.
life.
Yeah, and Undead Nicole pointed out, this is something we haven't talked about yet, the fact that, right here, what's going on right there, the fact that there are diseases to cure. So it's an interesting thing because, we drew a lot of inspiration from the original game, from, like, say, The Walking Dead, from versions of the zombie universe where everyone who dies becomes a zombie. Everyone's a carrier, right? And so, so there isn't that, but that means that because we chose that version of the zombie world, you're missing part of it, which is the anxiety about, am I infected? Oh no, so-and-so's infected. What are we going to do about it? And so the new game, without going into a lot of detail, because I don't think we're supposed to yet, the new game has got a layer of that on there. There is a disease that you can get in this game that does make you very dangerous to your community, and you have to decide what you're going to do about it. You know, and you've got options. You have different moral choices you can make. People have different opinions about what you choose, and you're going to have to decide what kind of community you are. You know.
Lucas, yeah, we did mention that Wayne found his
Easter egg?
his Easter egg gun, and Red Monkey. No, we haven't. Nobody else has really mentioned any other Easter eggs because actually I haven't seen too many in the trailer.
Oh, we have Easter eggs?
The artists know way more about Easter eggs than anybody else.
Yeah, I doubt that very much of that was
haven't
included
put any
intentionally.
Yeah. I think there might be Easter eggs here and there in the traits.
I need to work on that.
And well, in fact, there's explicitly Easter eggs in the traits because I haven't put. There's a lot of them I haven't put in yet, but Sonya ran a couple of contests over the past couple of months that to have people submit ideas from like people in their lives and stuff like that would be good inspiration for traits and names. And so it happened to take place right in the middle of a freeze where we were actually reviewing the traits, so I haven't put any of them in yet, but we're planning to. So people out there amongst fans of the game are definitely going to see stuff they contributed ending up in the game.
Estefoldo is asking if we're bringing back the "I brought you a pony" line. Not specifically, no. We have worked on building systems that will add variety into our dialogue that will prevent the repetitiveness of some of the fun, popular lines from the original game. There are lines like that are funny once or maybe even twice, but certainly not 5 times or 20 times. And we're looking at systems that'll not only keep lines from being repetitive, but also just writing more variety across our characters so that we can keep having fun lines without them getting, tiring and boring and repetitive.
So Dean is asking, was the game delayed? And yeah, so last year around this time, we expected that the game was going to come out in 2017, and so that's what we said in the reveal trailer. But now that we've gotten closer to the time, we've realized that actually spring 2018 is a more realistic time frame, and so we've updated that. So yeah, so this trailer, what it says at the end is spring 2018, and that is the time that we're driving towards right now.
This is a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good. I mean,
I'm
it's
sorry about the wait, but it's a good thing.
Waiting is always rough. I mean, certainly there are games that I anticipate like crazy that every delay feels like, oh, I have to wait even longer to get this thing, and so
Zelda.
we totally understand. But at the same time, us here thinking about what we can do with that time to improve the game, we're all really happy about it. So, hopefully, we're going to use every second of that time to try to make the game as good as we possibly can for you guys, because you guys really matter to us.
Yeah, there was a great quote. I think it was actually Shigeru Miyamoto who said that a late game is late until it's out, but a bad game is bad forever. So we want to make sure that our game is good.
we're on the early side of that equation. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
All right, Sonya says we're gonna play out the rest of this hour, so
Okay.
you're stuck with us for
Alright.
23
Alright.
minutes.
feel like
Sonya says we're playing it out the rest of the hour. So.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Try to rally the troops.
apparently there's more information being dropped on the official stream. Apparently, Foggy's mentioning that generators and other base building things make noise.
We're not gonna confirm
So-
or deny any of that.
See, I'm operating off of literally zero information here, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we're not watching the other stream,
Yeah,
by the way. We don't
Yeah.
know what they're saying.
Conch Taylor Star might be trying to get us to spill the beans.
Oh yeah, but Constantly says his mixer cut out. So.
All right. Maybe.
maybe.
Maybe not.
Now I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Are people just throwing speculation in here?
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
gonna try to play us like a bot.
I feel like we should have the other stream up instead of the trailer on our screens.
Yeah.
We can
I
see what
also
they're
heard you
saying.
Can we stream their stream?
That would be amazing,
and then
right?
talk about them?
I don't know
It's
where to
more
go, so-
considerate.
It would be really, really awkward to try to get from here to there. So.
Mixer through our Twitch.
Yeah.
That would be. I'm not sure anybody would be happy about that in the end.
I think Foggy said you could play as a vampire in the game. Is that true?
So Nicole did just
And Dark Elves!
Nicole just confirmed that we could talk about this. So basically,
Yeah, thanks,
one
Nicole.
one thing that we noticed that people did a lot in the original game was when they had too many people in their community or they just didn't like a character, they would have to go through this weird process of playing as that character, going and then just diving them into the middle of a horde in order to kill them, and it was just brutal and horrifying and weird. And it's like, can't I just tell them to leave? So that's one improvement that we actually just got the feature in very recently that you can actually boot people and just get out. Yeah, you always have to do it in person and watch them cry, which is great.
You have to feel bad about it.
Yeah,
but you can do
you are required to feel bad about it.
Lucas says, I heard that guy Martin Shrell, bought your cure injections and raised the price by 4 billion%. Wow. Too soon.
Yeah.
Oh, Taylor's leaving. See you later, Taylor.
See ya.
Y'all come back now.
Can we talk about like funny development bugs? Is that a thing we
Yeah,
can
can
talk
we
about?
talk about quirks, or is that
Like when
As long as it doesn't reveal too much.
Oh, yeah,
the
so-
window thing?
yeah, the window thing.
The
Like
window thing? Can we talk about the window thing?
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it's great.
When a survivor got when the survivor got kicked out, they were on the second floor of a building.
Oh,
and they
yes!
just took straight off
the window.
the window. Yeah, they just jumped out the window.
We were
Like,
testing the feature, and we were like, you leave our community, and the NPC just dived out the second floor window.
Just went out.
I think they tried to path find the
We're
most
not fixing
direct
that.
path out
Yeah.
of the community.
I mean, very appropriate reaction.
That's how I'm leaving the office today.
we're 3 floors up.
I won't.
Yeah.
I won't be
Please
back.
Duck and roll. You can do
That's
it.
If games have taught me anything, I can survive a fall like that. If I talk at all.
Parkour, obviously.
Right, hardcore
It's a thing.
parkour.
Yeah.
Tap A before you hit the ground. It's
It's
great.
like a D6 damage per 10 feet. You probably got at least 20 hit points.
Now we know who worked on Dungeons and Dragons before. Your nerd horns just grew like 4 feet. It's
Wear
all
proudly.
good. That's right. It's a nerd crown.
Honestly, that sort of work and that sort of storytelling was pretty useful in prepping for the kind of game we're building,
I bet.
right? Because working with a much more open world and a much less linear story is a lot like how a DM typically runs their campaign. So there's a lot of lessons that I've brought from working on D&D and running D&D for the last years that I use.
I didn't quite catch that, Andy. What was
Yes, it was a big number and it keeps getting larger. Funny how time keeps moving linearly in the same direction.
So Estefoldo asked if there are going to be any human hostiles who can fight you, and I don't think we're confirming or denying that at this point. So just so you know that we read your question and are evading it.
Dodge.
I think that feels a little bit better than just not being noticed. But yeah.
Lucas says, yes, any human who plays with me will become hostile.
That's a personal issue and we really can't get involved there.
We can't design you around you being a dick to your friends, man.
I actually am really looking forward to seeing what the ways people come up with to like troll people. To troll their friends in co-op, because this is an explicitly co-op game. There's no friendly fire. We're not trying to pit you against each other. How are you still going to manage to screw each other over? It's going to be a really interesting challenge.
The QA guys, since I'm the explosion guy, the QA guys keep coming back to me and saying, "Oh yeah, we found another case in which you can use explosives to screw with the other players." Like, keep having to constantly nerf and re-nerf these things. Dean had a question about whether or not there's going to be any scary moments in the game. Are you referring to like traditional horror movie style jump scares or anything like that? Because the gameplay itself can actually be really, really tense and scary, especially like when you like trigger a horde when you're like under a tremendous amount of attack, just like in the original game.
Yeah, it's situational fear, right? Because, I mean, often you get yourself into these situations, and I mean that was the intent of State of Decay 1 was, highlighting the fact that it's not zombies being smart, it's humans being dumb or just making a decision out of desperation.
Yeah.
And that we've never gone away from what we felt was successful in the first game about in that sort of situation. So yeah, you're gonna get yourself into situations that might scare the crap out of you. So
and like real fear is is based on investment. It's like you care about something and you might lose it. That gives you a certain kind of fear, and it's a different kind of fear from jump scares. It's more just it's like anxiety. It's like I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna lose it. No. Like those feelings are gonna be really strong.
I still get creeped out when I hear a feral somewhere in my vicinity and I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Like I've been playing this game for years now and I know how to fight them, but it's still like I hear that noise if I'm out in the wilderness and hackles on my neck raise and I'm immediately looking for a car to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. Anytime I go into a building in our game and it's dark and I just hear the ambient noises of something's around me, it's pretty scary. But related to bugs, sometimes it's amusing when they're locked in a closet by accident or on the roof. It makes it less scary, but that'll be
You're
ironed
a
out before
zombie.
ship.
You really can't find him.
Cod Jockey says the mixer interview is over.
Oh.
Oh, that's good.
Okay,
Yay.
everybody will
So
come
yay,
back
we're
here.
not conflicting with our bosses anymore.
That's
Yay.
right.
So Obsidious Snake asks, if your character dies in another person's game, are they really dead? I think, yeah.
Actions have consequences.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically the whole point of it is that what we don't want you to do is like when you invite people into the game, we don't want you to invite people who just have throwaway characters who are just going to be crazy people acting weird because they don't give a crap. We want when you're playing State of Decay with someone, we want you to be really playing State of Decay. Everyone there is all playing State of Decay. Which means you've got to have some skin in the game. You've got to actually care about the outcome. And so, yeah, so basically, I mean, if your friend doesn't care about their save game, whatever, you can't control that. But everybody does have something on the line when you're playing together.
Lucas, I can't wait. Yeah, Lucas has a lot of videos in co-op games. I can't wait to see your videos on State of Decay co-op. Those are always so much fun to watch. So. Really excited to see what our community, you people do with our next game. It's just very exciting. There's Jeff's work right there. And I will say that Jeff Salt's work, even though we can't talk about most of it, is freaking awesome.
Thank you, Brand.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, you're also seeing a fair amount of Brant's work. Whenever you see people lined up shooting guns at zombies, you're seeing a lot of Brant in there too.
Yeah, that's not a surprise though.
I just can't stop watching this trailer.
No.
I know, right?
I could actually rant for like minutes about like the fire system. There's some cool tech that's gone into it.
And we will be streaming a lot more. And
I will hold on.
we'll wait for you to come
Yeah,
in.
somebody was asking about that. Are we going to be doing like monthly streams or something? And we haven't figured out exactly what the plan is yet. But we have talked to Jeff about this though, and there's going to be some kind of plan that involves us, people from the studio sharing the game with you guys. And we added somebody else to the mix. Sam Paul can have a seat in my seat.
Oh boy.
I see a question.
We're just cramming
your
more
Jeffrey
people in
now.
here.
Yeah,
For those who don't know, this is Sam Paul. He is a programmer on our team, and we're probably not talking about any of his features yet either. So
he makes things do.
yes, he makes stuff happen.
Sometimes they make things don't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, occasionally it's really important to make things don't.
I see a question from Dean Log that's about to scroll off our screen here about asking us where we get inspiration. That's certainly something that I think any of us could tackle and answer.
Yeah, I mean maybe everybody should.
And I imagine you could take that not only from a specific to this genre, this game, but maybe also your line of work. Where do you draw inspiration for the things you do?
Well, these guys have all heard me spout for 4 years about this, so I'm going to back away from the question and let you guys answer that.
Who wants to? You may want to throw one out there.
I'll jump in. I'm a huge fan of simulation games. Always have been. Dwarf Fortress, Prison Architect, City Skylines.
RimWorld!
They should
The
start
thing that
paying
tries
you.
to be like Dwarf Fortress and Prison Architect. And there are definitely a lot of interesting common elements between those games, which I know and love, and this game that we're making. and I definitely channel that excitement into this stuff.
How will you find the strength to carry on?
Yeah, well, similar. Like, I like to play all sorts of games, and sometimes people assume when you go in the game industry that you only work on the games that you play. And I think that's kind of a trap to get into, because I think you pull inspiration from all sorts of different kinds of games, and I love to play just about anything across the spectrum, and I feel like my involvement in stuff outside of our genre really helps try to make me build a more cohesive product all in all, so it's a great place to get inspiration.
Yeah, definitely. I try to keep my horizons as broad as possible, not just looking at games, but also looking at other kinds of fiction. How do how do things work in the real world? How do narratives work in movies as opposed to TV series, as opposed to games? How do all of these different experiences and moments and mechanics all weave together in a whole bunch of different settings and environments? So basically, I just try to keep my eyes open and just constantly keep analyzing things while I'm playing through them. It's actually a little bit ruined my experience playing through Zelda, because there's a lot of things that Zelda does really, really well, so whenever I see one of them, I just immediately just step back from the game and start analyzing it. I've been thinking a lot about how trees and grass are drawn on screens lately, and
Weird.
well, Zelda does a lot of trees and grass on screen at a lot at the same time, so sometimes I'll just get out of combat and then I'll notice that the grass is behaving kind of weirdly, so then I'll zoom in and I'll just peer at the camera and try to figure out, oh, okay, is that what that's doing? Can I steal this technique?
Yeah, you can never go home from game dev.
I will actually jump in and say one thing. I'm not inspired by anything except the lyrics of AC/DC and Wu-Tang Clan. That's it. I don't watch movies, I don't watch TV or play games.
He
Anyways,
basically
He's a
lives
man
in
that
the
knows-
office, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
To be fair, Wu-Tang ain't nothing to F with, so...
We do have another couple of questions that are probably somewhat answerable. Estefolo asks, will traits have the same impact like they have in RimWorld? So yeah, I'm not even on camera. Who cares? I'll just
Like
list
this
it below.
lovely space.
Hey there! So traits are a huge part of actually how the characters are really defined in the game. So, if you've got one character who's an expert in something or who has a skill that's different from another character, all of that stuff comes from the traits. We're trying to do, we'll get into more detail about this later, but we're trying to sort of, merge the sort of backstory of a character and the sort of the sense you get of who they are and who their personality is with the mechanical impact of all that stuff. We want there to be, when you're reading a character sheet, we want you to get a sense of both who they are and what they're genuinely capable of in the game.
yeah, I'm really excited about the expansion of the traits from just words, mostly just words in the last game, to having real impact. It's very exciting.
How much have we actually talked about the mechanical impact of traits?
That was the only
That
thing
was
we've ever
it.
said.
Right there.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, we will save. There's probably at some point going to be a stream in the future where we go through and look at all of the traits and all the characters and stuff, but we're not quite ready for that yet.
That'll be like a 37-hour stream.
We were looking at every single one,
Only
all
if Jeffrey
1,100
does
of the traits, 1,167 of the traits.
If
We're
we
going to
turn
be
into a
doing it.
charity stream, then we might get to the end.
Yeah.
So Andy B74 asks, from a story standpoint, will we find out the fate of Lily and company? And that's a question we can't answer. Pretty much nothing about story are we going to be able to answer right now. So I just wanted to acknowledge your question while also dodging it.
Tacos, yes.
Tacos.
Are we doing
We definitely haven't confirmed one either way. And then Cloudcraft just wanted to point out to Jeff Sult that the two of you should have an in-depth discussion about overanalyzing Zelda games.
Yeah, totally.
That's
Cloudcraft
another
has
30-hour
actually launched a
stream, I'm
video
guessing.
series about him overanalyzing Zelda games.
Oh, wow.
So-
Okay, fantastic.
That's awesome.
Asmore
Actually
wants to know if we're going to
competing
get any
with Mark
actual
Brown.
hands-on gameplay vids
Yeah.
soon.
I
I don't expect you'll see any hands-on gameplay vids real soon. I mean, we're not ready to show the game publicly yet. There's